Alright, look good. Heck yeah. Alright, welcome whoever's on. Get started here in just a second. See if anyone else joins. For today's yoga, let's see. It'll be nothing too intense, nothing too hard. We'll move our body just a little bit, do some stronger poses and hold some things with our core muscles, but I don't think it'll be anything too challenging. Quite a long day, and so I just kind of teach my yoga based on what I did today. Maybe people are feeling the same, maybe not, but it's the best way I know how to do it. All right, it's like 20 more seconds here. We'll get going. Let's see, if you want, today we'll be holding some longer poses where it might be nice to have some sort of prop with you, so you can use like a block, or you can use a pillow. We'll be using it more for kind of like pigeon pose and like stretching out our hips. So if you want anything like that, if you got a couch pillow, a couple pillows from your bed, you can go grab that really quick. It'll just come in handy later. All right. Well, I hope you're started. Hope you're back here to the mat. Whoever's on, thank you for being here. We'll go ahead and get started. Do some yoga, and if you're watching this after it's recorded live, enjoy. Enjoy a nice flow here. All right, so we're just gonna start seated cross-legged. Put whichever foot you want in front. I don't know. Go start to sit up tall. Start to just kind of feel your spine, how it feels today. Feel all the way down to kind of the two sit bones that are attached to the ground. Feel those sit bones, make sure you're comfortable there, and then from there, just slowly feel where your spine kind of sits within those sit bones. Start to raise up vertebrae by vertebrae. Start to close your eyes. Start to observe your body and how it feels today. Start to take nice deep inhales and exhales. We start to bring your awareness to wherever you are. Bring it to your mat, your body. Your yoga practice we're going to do here for about 35, 40 minutes here. And start to just move our neck and our head a little bit. So once you feel nice and comfortable in your seated position, you can start to just drop your head down, stretching out the back of the neck. Keep raising up tall through that spine. Drop your shoulders down. Make sure you're not holding your shoulders up towards your ears. You can slowly bring your head up, bring that chin up, stretch out the front of the neck. And just slowly move through the two of those. Go at your own pace. Just feel your neck, your body, what you need. Make sure to breathe. Inhales, exhales, nice and slow. Start to become aware of our breath. Whenever you're ready, done with that pose, you can start to turn those yeses into nos. Just bring your head up to neutral. Start to move right to left, left to right. Stretching out each side of the neck. And whenever you're good with that, you can just bring your head back to neutral. Stretch out the sides a little bit more. Start to drop your right ear to your right shoulder. Pulling that left shoulder away from the left ear, stretching out the whole left side of the neck. Take a couple breaths over here. Go ahead, start to drop your head down through center. Nice and slow, just roll up the neck as you slowly roll left ear to left shoulder. pull that right shoulder away from your right ear. When you get there, take a couple breaths. Make sure you're still sitting up tall, not leaning too far over to the left. Should be a straight spine with a stretched out neck here. And keep breathing, nice slow inhales, exhales. And just slowly drop your head down. We're going to move over to the right side again. Slowly move through center. In that right ear to the right shoulder. This time, if you want, you can bring your left hand out. Shoot your right thumb up. Or sorry, left thumb. Left thumb shoots up. And just pull that left thumb away from the left ear. Feel the stretch all the way down your arm. Take some breaths. Again, make sure you're sitting up nice and tall with that spine, not leaning too far to the right. Slowly bring that hand back to the knee. Drop the head down, roll through center. Go ahead and roll to the other side. Left ear comes to left shoulder. Right hand comes out. Right thumb points up. Pulls away from the right ear. Take a couple breaths. Go ahead, drop the head down. Bring the hand back in. Go ahead and sit up tall again. Bring the head up. Come through a couple of seated cat-cows. So just shine your chest forward. Hands on the knees, pull the chest forward. Gaze goes up. Slowly start to fall back. Seated cow position. Cat position. So round out the back. Grab the knees again. Tuck the head. And just slowly move through the two of those. So bring chest forward. Pinch your elbows behind your back. Send the gaze up. And then just fall backwards. Round out the back. And then move slowly through this. Kind of go at your own pace. Start to observe how your spine feels today. Go ahead and do one more each way. You're done with that. Just go ahead and come back to neutral with the spine. Go ahead and just switch which foot is in front. Just kind of mix it up. We're going to keep doing some poses here in this seated cross-legged position, but just so that we stay balanced on both sides. Switch the feet up. Start to sit up tall again. From here, we're just going to start to take our torso, kind of a clockwise rotation. You can start by leaning forward a little bit. Start to observe how your lower back and your hips feel as you do this. Slowly start to move to the right through a clockwise motion. Start to fall back. Again, grab your knees. Use the weight of your torso to move you around. And just kind of start to feel how that lower spine sits within the hips. How do those muscles feel? And again, nice long inhales, nice long exhales. Keep breathing through this whole practice. Whenever you're ready, just go ahead and switch which way you're going. Just go counterclockwise now. Same thing, nice and slow. Feel your hips. All right, go ahead and do just one more. And come back up to neutral. Find a nice tall spine again. This time maybe we'll roll the shoulders out a little bit. So pinch them up towards your neck. Roll them back behind you. And go ahead and just kind of switch rotations. So instead of pinching up and going back, pinch back behind you. And then roll the shoulders forward. All right, go ahead and inhale. Arms up high. Really reach up. Use your core muscles. Reach up high. Stand up tall. As we exhale, we'll bring the hands down to cactus. So all we're doing is just spreading the hands out. Elbows go out. Chest goes forward. Chin tilts up. And then we'll inhale back up. Arms go up. Do that 2 more times. So bring arms down again. Bring the chest in between the elbows. Inhale up. One more. Inhale up. Good. And then just slowly come down to a forward fold. Bring the hands to the ground to help you out. Nothing too serious here. You kind of start to feel your hamstrings, your hips, your lower spine start to get pulled on. No need to stretch them too much yet. We'll do a lot of forward folds today, but just kind of get a good sense of what you can handle for now. Let gravity pull you forward a little bit. Take a couple deep breaths here. Next inhale, start to push into the hands and just walk back up. Sit up tall. Inhale, both arms up high again. Exhale, drop your left hand down. Left hand comes just next to the left hip. As you exhale, inhale. Inhale that right arm up high. As we exhale, start to lean over to the left. Use that left hand to support you a little bit. And just start to really pull the right hip down into the ground. Pull the right hip away from the right pinky. Try to create as much separation as you can. Take a couple breaths. Next inhale, push into that left hand, come up tall. Inhale, both arms up high. Exhale, bring that right hand down. Inhale, push that left hand high up into the air. Exhale, start to lean over to the right. Same thing over here. Pull that left hip away from the left pinky. Use that right hand to support you. Inhale, push up back to center, bring both arms high. Exhale, let's come to that forward fold again. Same thing, take a couple breaths here. Next inhale, start to push into the hands, sit up tall. Inhale, we're gonna kind of do those same movements. We're gonna put a little more speed into it. So inhale, both arms up high. Exhale, drop the left hand down as you start to lean over to the left. Pull that right arm up high, take a big inhale. Exhale, push into the hand, go straight to the other side. So bring that right hand down. Inhale, that left arm up high. Exhale, push up again. Come over to that left side and just slowly move through the two of these at your own pace. Just kind of start to feel the movement, the breath. Let you go here for about 30 seconds. Find your breath, inhales, exhales. Really stretching out the side body. Go ahead and do one more each side. And on your last one, inhale, both arms up high. Exhale, turn both shoulders to the left. We'll drop the left hand behind us. Right hand goes to the top of the left knee. Inhale, straighten out that spine, push into that left hand. Exhale, twist a little deeper, turn those shoulders to the left. Go ahead and just keep a nice deep inhales into the stomach. And with every exhale, try to get a little deeper into the stretch. We'll take about 4 more deep breaths here. 2. And 4. Next inhale, bring both arms up high, back to center. And exhale, this time turn to the right, shoulders go to the right hand goes behind you, left hand to the right knee. Inhale, straighten out that spine, push into that right hand. Exhale to start getting deeper into the stretch. Three, one more breath. Next inhale, just release, come back to center. Bring both hands to the knees. Go ahead and close our eyes, sit up tall. Just take a nice long, about 5 deep breaths on your own here. Just enjoy kind of how your body feels after those stretches. We're going to keep going after this, but just kind of enjoy this quick moment of stillness here. One more breath. All right. Go ahead. We're just going to come out of this cross-legged position. Just come around to a tabletop. Go ahead and come to all fours. Hands right under the shoulders. Knees right under the hips. Nice straight alignment there. Go ahead and pick your ankles up to start. Just roll them out. Go ahead and move them clockwise, counterclockwise, forward, back, left to right, whatever you want. Start to feel your ankles and start to move them, stretch them out. Good. Go ahead and drop your feet down, untuck your toes to the tops of the feet, come to the ground. We're going to move our hands out just a couple inches out in front. And go ahead and sit your hips back on your heels. Just stretch out. Take a couple breaths here. Child's pose. You start to try to push your chest down towards the ground, stretch out the shoulders, your lat muscles on the back sides, kind of undersides of your shoulders there, under your armpits. Start to get a good stretch in the hips. You can push in the hands, try to push your hips back further towards your heels. Just a couple breaths here. Your next inhale, go ahead and come back up to that tabletop position. Maybe bring your hands back a couple inches. We're going to go ahead and go through a couple regular cat-cows now. So with inhale, go ahead and drop your belly down. Tailbone tucks up. Gaze goes up. Inhale. And exhale, we'll push into the hands. Start to tuck the tailbone under. Round your entire back out. Drop the head down. And inhale, just slowly go back. That cow position as you inhale. Tailbone tucks up. Gaze goes up. And exhale, pushing in the hands again. Go ahead and do 2 more on each side of your own pace. All right, when you're done with that, just go ahead and come back to neutral. All right, from here, we're going to come into thread the needle pose. So go ahead and take your left hand, you're going to shoot it out to the left. And then just bring that left hand. It's going to come down under your right armpit. Back of the arm is going to come to the ground. You're just going to bring your left arm onto the ground. Bring your left shoulder slowly towards the ground. This right hand helps. Come to this thread the needle pose. You can start to feel the stretch. The stretch you're feeling here is on the back side of your left shoulder. So make sure you're not putting too much weight into your head. This right hand's here to support you. Just take a couple nice breaths here. Feel that stretch on the back of the left shoulder, down the left side of your spine. All right, and go ahead and push into that right hand. Come back up to your tabletop. And let's come to the other side. So shoot that right arm out to the right. Right arm shoots under. Back of the hand comes to the ground. Bring that right shoulder towards the ground. Head comes down. Again, make sure to use this left hand to make sure you're not putting too much weight or too much strain to your neck. Take a couple breaths. Stretch out the right side body. All right, whenever you're ready, go ahead and push into that hand. Come back up to your tabletop. We'll go ahead here. We're just going to bring our toes under, so tuck the toes. Go ahead and slowly just sit back on those heels again. This time, if you want to walk the hands up, eventually putting a little weight into your feet, stretching out your toes and the bottom side of your feet. You can come all the way up like this. If that's too much for you, just keep your hands on the ground here. Take a couple breaths. All right, and go ahead and come back to that tabletop. Bring your toes out, maybe wiggle them, move them around a little bit. Go ahead and retuck those toes. We're going to push our hands into the ground. With an inhale, we're going to lift our knees up off the ground and hover for a second. So lift, knees come up, hold. Take a deep breath. One more inhale. Exhale, send those hips up. Go ahead and come back. Rotate the fronts of your elbows, so the spot where someone would take a blood draw from you. Rotate those forward. Push into your arms. Try to stretch out the whole backside of your legs, your calves, your ankles, everything. Maybe start to walk the dog out, straighten one leg than the other. All right, go ahead and bring those feet back to neutral. We'll take a big inhale. Exhale, go ahead and bring your weight forward, come into a plank position. Take a big inhale when you get there. Exhale, go ahead and push back to your down dog, nice and slow. Take a big inhale when you're there. Exhale. Go ahead and now inhale that left foot high up into the air. Come to a three-legged dog. Exhale, bring that left foot all the way up to the hands. Leave the back foot straight. Either come into a high runner's lunge here. And come all the way up into warrior one. Bring the arms up. So again, either leave your arms on the ground if you need. We'll take just a couple of breaths here in this position. Next exhale, bring the arms down. We'll plant the hands. Step the foot back, come into a plank. Take a big inhale. And exhale, go ahead and lower all the way down to the ground. Untuck the toes, take a quick breath. We're going to slowly move into Sphinx pose here. So bring the elbows up, forearms on the ground, palms face down. Elbows are directly under the shoulders. From here, we're going to push and pull into the ground, pulling our chest up and forward. Start to stretch out the upper abs, a little bit of the middle abs there. Just really pulling the ground and the mat back towards you. Take a couple breaths. Next exhale, just go ahead and lower all the way down. Bring your hands back to a push-up position. Take a big inhale. Exhale, push up into your plank. Take a big inhale. Exhale, come back to your down dog. Go ahead and inhale that right foot high up in the air. Three-legged dog. Exhale, bring that right foot up to the hands. Keep the back leg straight. Either keep your arms on the ground here. Hands can help you. Go ahead and come all the way up. Take a couple breaths. Arms can come high. Next exhale, bring the hands down to the ground. Go ahead and bring the foot back. Come to a plank. Take a big inhale when you get there. Exhale, lower down. Come through chaturanga. Go ahead and push the hips into the ground. Chest goes up. Take a big inhale. Exhale, move back through your down dog. You can either plant your knees into the ground or go straight back. Tuck the toes. Come all the way back. Take a big inhale when you're in your down dog. Exhale. Inhale again. Exhale, walk the feet up towards the hands, nice and slow. Bend your knees as much as you want. Feet come towards the hands. We're going to come to a forward fold. Knees are bent plenty here. Whatever's comfortable for your back, your spine. If you want to keep your hands on the ground, you can, or if you want to cross at the elbows, start to move the weight towards your head, into the fronts of your feet. Let gravity pull down. Just stretch out your body here. Take a couple breaths. Next inhale, go ahead and raise all the way high, nice and slow. Slowly, vertebrae by vertebrae. Bring the arms up above the head. Exhale, bring the arms down. Take just a couple breaths here. Maybe close your eyes. Take about 4 or 5 breaths. Start to see how your body feels right now. Get in touch with your breath again. Next inhale, bring arms above your head. Exhale, swan dive all the way down to a forward fold. Inhale, you're back to half high, so just straighten out your back. Hands can come to the shins. Exhale, come down to a forward fold again. This time maybe grab your big toes, pull down a little bit more. Only if your body needs that. If you're at a good stretching point, just with what gravity's doing, just stay where you're at. Take a couple breaths. Next, exhale. Go ahead and come on down. You start to bend the knees, plant the hands into the ground, step back into a plank. When you get to your plank, take a big inhale. Exhale, push your hips back into a down dog. Take a big inhale. Exhale. Inhale, bring that right foot high up into the air. Exhale, bring that foot up to the hands. You can come up to your warrior one. So drop the back heel down. We'll come up. Inhale, arms up high. Exhale. Take just a couple breaths here. Your feet should be pushing against each other to be able to support you up. So push them out away. Find a good distance for that. Just a couple more breaths. Make sure to line your shoulders up with the mat. Make sure you're not pulling towards the left here. Next, exhale, come all the way down to the ground. Plant the hands, step back to a plank. Take a big inhale when you get there. Exhale, lower down nice and slow through chaturanga. Push the hips into the ground, bring the chest up. Inhale. Exhale, come back through your down dog. Either come through tabletop or go straight back. Take a big inhale when you get into your down dog. Exhale. Inhale, bring that left foot up high. Exhale, bring left foot up to the hands. Drop that back heel down. We'll come up to a warrior one. So go ahead and lift up. Arms come up high. Breathe here. Again, push those feet away from each other. Rotate those shoulders forward. So right shoulder should be rotating forward. Next exhale, come down to the ground, plant the hands, step back to a plank. Take a big inhale when you get to that plank. Exhale, lower all the way down to the ground. Go ahead and just untuck the toes. Bring the arms down your sides. Turn your head to one side. And we'll just take a couple breaths here. Catch your breath. See how your body feels. See how your heartbeat is. Everything. Grab a drink if you need it. That was kind of a lot of work. Kind of got my heart rate going. All right. We're going to do a little bit more movement, but we'll start to get into some deeper stretches here. So go ahead and bring your arms back around to a push-up position. We'll take a couple breaths here. So just tuck your toes. Go ahead and take an inhale. And exhale. Inhale one more time. Exhale with a lot of force. Inhale. Next exhale, push up into a plank. Take a big inhale. Exhale, move back to your down dog. Feel a nice stretch. Take a big inhale when you get there. Exhale. Inhale, just bring that right foot up to the hands. And go ahead and drop the back knee down. Untuck the toes. Go ahead and bring the chest up. So both knees should be about at a 90-degree angle. We'll go ahead. We're going to inhale your left arm up high. Take a couple breaths here and really try to push up. Feel through your left knee, all the way up through your hip, all the way up through your body, all the way to that left pinky. Really push up tall. You might be feeling a stretch already on this left hip flexor. Now with your next exhale, we'll start to slowly just bend down. So bringing our hips down and forward, keeping this left arm high. Should start to feel stretch both on the back of the right hip as well as the front of the left. Now you can either stay here, or if you want, you can kind of pulsate it. So you can inhale and come back up to neutral. And exhale, bring the hips forward and come just a little bit deeper. So either stay down there, keep moving with this. So inhale up, or exhale deeper. Inhale up one more time. Exhale deeper. Now this time, go ahead and bring this left hand down. We'll just take both hands on top of the right leg. Take a couple breaths here. Let gravity pull those hips down and forward, or whatever your body's comfortable with. If this is too much for you, again, bring your hands over your hips here and just bring your hands to the ground. Take a little weight. Have your hips there. Good. And then go ahead and push up, pushing this right leg. We're going to come back, send your hips back. Go ahead and tuck your left toes under you. We're going to start to sit that left hip back on top of those left heel as we reach, and we start to pull on this right hamstring here. Come to a forward fold. You can keep your hands on the ground to support you. Take just a couple breaths here. Try to pull that right hip back. Next inhale, go ahead and walk back up. Just going to come around, move yourself to a tabletop so you can step that right foot out to the side. Come back to a tabletop. Bring both hands out. Just sit back to that child's pose again. Take a couple breaths. Good. Go ahead and come back up to your tabletop. Tuck those toes under you. Take a big inhale. Exhale, send those hips up, back to a down dog. Inhale again. Exhale, go ahead and bring that left foot up to the hands, wherever you need to get there. Drop the back knee down, untuck the toes, sit up tall. Both knees should be about a 90-degree angle. Inhale, bring that right arm up high. All right, take a couple breaths here. It's really pushing into that right knee, finding your alignment through the right knee, all the way up through the right pinky. Whenever you're ready on an exhale, we'll just come on down, start to send the hips forward. Again, either sit here, let gravity pull you forward, or if you want, inhale back up. One more time, exhale down. Now if you want, just bring your hands to the tops of the thigh. Take a couple of breaths here, just letting the hips sink down and forward. Again, bring your hands down to the ground if you can. Take a little weight out if this is too much for you. Next inhale, push into that left leg. Tuck those right toes behind you. You can bring your hands to the ground. Start to send that left hip back. Toes point up. Sit back on that right hip. Stretch out that hamstring again. If this is all you can do right here, stay there. Just stretching out the hamstring, hitting that IT band. Next inhale, come back up. We'll just bring that foot back behind us, come to a tabletop. Go ahead and just in your tabletop, take a quick breath or two. Next exhale, tuck those toes under, send the hips up in the air, come back to a down dog. Inhale. Exhale, let's bring that left foot up to the hands again. Go ahead and drop the back knee down again. Untuck the toes. This time, you can keep your hands on the ground. Go ahead and take your left foot and just walk it out a couple steps to the left, ending up with those left toes pointing out a little bit. From here, we'll bring both hands to the inside of the knee. Maybe bring your back right knee back just a couple inches. Untuck those toes behind you. From here, we're going to start to push into that right hand. Bring your left hand to the top of that left knee as you start to push your knee out to the left. Start to turn your shoulders to the left. Should feel this on both the back of the left hip here, but also the front of the right hip. We'll be here for about 8 breaths. Just breathe nice and slow. Slowly sending those shoulders to the left. Now, at any point, if you want more of a stretch, you can start to bring that right heel up. Take that left hand, reach back for that right foot. Start to grab the right foot, spin your shoulders even further to the left. Again, only if your body wants it. No need to go this far. We'll take just a couple more breaths here. All right, if you're in this position, go ahead and release the foot. So now we're going to bring our hand back down. You can bring your knee back in just a little bit from here. We're going to inhale, really straighten out the spine, straighten out the chest. Exhale, start to move the hands out just a couple inches. From here, what we're trying to do is bring our chest and our shoulders down towards the ground. Whatever your body wants you to do. If you need to stop here, stop there. If you can slowly start to bring your chest down like this, really stretching out that left hip. Take a couple of really big, deep breaths here. This is a really difficult pose, but hold it for a long time. Your muscles will open up. This left knee here is allowed to, again, pull out to the side. So just like we were pushing out to the side, if your knee wants to do that, go ahead with it. Next inhale, push into those hands. We'll come back up. Just go ahead and slowly move those hips back a little bit. End up bringing that left foot back into a tabletop position. Oh, good. All right, let's go ahead and hit the other side now. So if you want, go ahead and send the hips back. Come to a quick child's pose. Body might be a little sore from that stretch. Just going to rebalance it out before we go to the other side. You might start to feel that your left hip might be a little more loose than your right. So go ahead and inhale back up to tabletop. Get our body rebalanced. Tuck the toes under you. Inhale, come back up to your down dog. Exhale, bring that right foot up to the hands now. Go ahead and drop your back knee down again. Walk that right foot out. Right toes point out to the right just a little bit. Untuck those back toes behind you. Maybe move your knee back a couple inches. From here, we'll take our right hand, throw it on top of the right knee. Start to spin our shoulders out and to the right. Again, we'll take about 8 breaths here, dropping your hips down, shoulders spinning to the right. Again, you can let that right knee fall out to the right. You can even come onto the right side of your right foot there, so let it roll out to the side if you want. And again, if you want more of a stretch, go ahead and bring this left heel up. Grab the left foot with the right hand. Again, just let those shoulders release to the right. Open up. Just about 2 more breaths here. If you're grabbing your foot, go ahead and release. Bring the hand back to the knee. Bring the hand back to the mat. Both hands come to the inside of the left knee here. Go ahead and take a big inhale. Straighten out the spine. Bring the chest up. So we exhale. We'll walk these hands out a little bit. Let that right knee fall out to the right again. You can bring your elbows down. Again, listen to your body and what it wants. One more deep breath here. Next inhale, push into those hands. Go ahead and start to walk back up. And start to send those hips back. Bring this foot back around. This time we'll come to a wide-legged child's pose. So bring both knees out as wide as the mat. Feet come together. Hands go out a couple inches. Go ahead and send the hips back again. Oh, just let your lower back hips release here. Take a couple deep breaths. All right, one more hip opener here, and then we'll move into a couple poses on our back, and we'll be done. So go ahead and tuck your toes. Take a big inhale. Exhale, send the hips up. Let's come back to a down dog one last time. Actually, we'll be here one more time going through these poses, but we'll inhale, send that right foot high up into the air. Exhale, we're bringing right knee towards right wrist as the left or right ankle spins out towards the left. Come into pigeon pose. You can see that. So my left foot is coming out here. So for my down dog, just bring right knee towards the right wrist. Left foot points out towards the left. Untuck the toes behind you. So from here, we're going to come to pigeon. Go ahead and grab your pillow or whatever you grabbed at the beginning if you want. We'll spend a little time here in this pose. So first thing we're going to try to do in this pose is square our shoulders up. So our shoulders might be pulling towards the right a little bit. Go ahead and square those up. Be square with the mat. Try to get that right hip towards the ground. Take a couple breaths here with your chest up. If you can go ahead and bring your hands back towards your knee and sit. If there's any discomfort in your knee here, go ahead and work on either pulling your foot back in towards your body, maybe away from your body. Find a comfortable position here so that your knee is not affected. And then whenever you're ready, this is where the block or the bolster comes in handy. We're just going to bring our head down, start to rest our head on something, slowly bringing our chest forward over that right knee. However you want, just bring that chest down. We're going to take about 10 deep breaths here. Just let our hips open up. Find that breath, nice deep breaths into the stomach. With every exhale, release a little deeper into the stretch. One more deep breath here. Next inhale, you can start to push into the hands, walk your chest back up, and start to walk this back foot up a little bit. However you can, just get back to your tabletop position that we've been in a lot today. Spin your foot out. Go ahead and move that right hip around a little bit if you need. Put a little movement in it. We're just gonna move on, stretch out the left side. Come to a little shavasana. So tuck those toes under you again. Take a big inhale. Exhale, hips go back. Come to your down dog. Next inhale, bring that left foot up high. Exhale, left knee comes up towards the left wrist. Foot spins out to the right. Untuck the toes. Again, find a good position for your leg to be positioned so that your knee is not affected here. Have your block, your bolster ready. Again, try to really square up those shoulders. Try to bring that left hip down towards the ground the best you can. Just a couple breaths. If you want to come up to your thigh, you can. Whenever you're ready, just start to slowly walk those hands out. Can you stop here? Go ahead. If you want to come all the way down, bring the chest over the left leg there. Go ahead. Take a couple deep breaths. We'll slowly move into this stretch. Take about 10 in total. One more deep breath here. Next inhale, start to push in your hands. Go ahead and come back up. Start to walk that back foot up a little bit. Bring your hips up. Just come around to tabletop again. Go ahead and come back to one last child's pose. Bring the hips back. Hands go out. Take a couple breaths. Start to feel how this position feels compared to the first one you did today. Hopefully you're a little looser, feel a little better. All right, go ahead and come on back up. We're just going to roll around to our backs. So we're just going to move into a little Shavasana now. If you need to do any more poses, bring your knees into your chest. Send your knees left to right. Stretch out the spine. Go ahead. But if you're ready, go ahead and just move to just a little Shavasana here. It's about 5 minutes. So Shavasana, go ahead and just completely relax. Send your feet out to the sides. Let all your muscles and your legs go limp. And there, just move up. Let the backs of your hands come to the ground. Hands are just easily by your side. Find a good position for your head. Shouldn't be balancing with your neck. The goal here is just slowly release all your muscles. Once you find a nice sturdy position where you don't need to move around anymore, start to observe every point where your body's touching the ground. Every point where you're supported, start down on your feet. Maybe your calf muscles, maybe around your knees, kind of around your hips, your butt region, your back, your arms. Just start to observe everywhere where your body's making contact with the ground. From there, we'll just slowly work from our feet up to our head of just releasing every muscle. So after we feel the ground, we should feel nice and grounded. Go ahead and start down your feet. Just make sure that no muscles are still holding on. Make sure no muscles are working still. After your feet are relaxed, move up to the ankles, the calves. Release all the muscles there. And work up towards the knees, the thighs. Analyze those muscles, make sure nothing's holding on. Move up to the hips. A lot of muscles in your hip region, really try to release. Move up to the abdomen. Just take a quick second and analyze the rise and the fall of your stomach, which is totally okay. Just feel those inhales and those exhales come in and out. Move up to your chest, your shoulders. A lot of muscles, just like our hips, are up in our shoulders. Really release. Make sure you're holding on to nothing there. And start to send your awareness down your arms. Release all the muscles, your biceps, your wrists, your hands. Just let your arms be completely supported by the ground. Go ahead and move up to your neck. Release all your neck muscles. Let your head become heavy. Move up to your jaw. Release any tension you have there. If you're clenching your jaw, release. Move up to your face muscles, all the muscles around your cheeks, your nose, your eyebrows. Just release everything. And then finally send your awareness up to your forehead. Releasing any muscles that might be working up there. From here, just send your awareness back to your breath. Observe how weightless your body feels, how effortlessly you're laying here. And I'll let you just breathe here for about 2 minutes on your own. Just enjoy the inhales, the exhales. Try to stay focused on you, your mind, your body. If any thoughts come in, just bring your awareness back to your breath. Enjoy. right, just start to slowly move your fingers a little bit. Start to make them feel like they're the only muscles that work in your body for a second. And start to add in the toes. You start to breathe a little quicker, a little deeper. Start to wake up the rest of your body, move your muscles, move your legs just a little bit. Inhale, bring both arms up above your head. Send the feet long. One last full body stretch. Exhale, just roll to one side. Come on up. All right. And we are done. All right. I really, really hope you enjoyed that. Please let me know. Leave me some feedback in the comments. Or text me if you know who I am. I don't know who you are, just as one person's on, but thank you for joining. I really hope you enjoyed it. That was about an hour-long session. That was awesome. Hope you feel good. Enjoy the rest of your night. Yeah. Namaste. Birdie the Yogi here for you. Appreciate it. And I will see you next week. Do some more live yoga. See you later.